Good evening. Welcome to episode Rose. Psycho Investigator. So guys, every day brings a new joy. President Ron. So wonderful. So every day is just very exciting, okay? Yeah. We're gonna look, like, seriously, we're gonna look back at this. The amount of stress, unbelievable, right? So I've been exercising. I was not exercising before. So because I realized, I was like, you know what? If I wait for politics to make me feel better, I might as well dig my own grave. No, I don't want to be dramatic, but you know what I'm saying? So I get my endorphins going. Yeah, I do. And then go to the gym and I read, I do whatever, you know. I go to the gym, listen how hard I work, I read. No, I do cardio, but towards the end I stop and I have some books on my iPad that I go to read the meal and read. Anyway, getting back to the point. So the point, I have 3 questions today, and Audrey asked me a question I thought it was relevant, especially related to all the elections. So Audrey asked if how the Hurricane Michael effects will impact the Florida elections. Okay, I believe she may have asked about Andrew Gillum versus Ron DeSantis, but let's ask this as 3 separate questions. Okay, A, how the question just simply stated, and then B, how this will impact Bill Nelson versus Rick Scott, which is Senate, and then Andrew Gillum versus Ron DeSantis, which is governor. Okay, so I am going to use cards for this, guys, because especially, you know, election stuff, I find cards to be important. Okay, all right, so I'm going to stop here and then change to cards. Okay, bye. Okay, guys, so the question here is, will the aftermath of Hurricane Michael somehow affect the outcome of the Florida election? So this gives us an opportunity to also just look. I don't think I've done a recent look into the Florida. Let's do both of them, both Gillum and then also gonna say Bill Nelson, Rick Scott, and I've done readings on this that suggested that Bill Nelson would keep his seat. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's do these 3 cells. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, guys. I kind of feel like having less cards, sometimes it's better. Okay, because then it's like there's not too much to interpret. Okay. Okay, so let's look at that. Okay. Yeah, it's like so close, right? You can't even see. Okay, so, all right, let's do this. The last time I saw, basically, when I looked at the situation, it looks like both could be very likely won by Democrats. But let's see. First, her question: will this impact the election somehow? As in, could they be delayed or something like that? Okay. All right. So let's see here. This is losses. Okay. It's interesting. I was looking, like I just said before, a lot of times I go back and look at cards. So this one also had the abandonment. So this is person with money, meetings. Okay, so let's see here. That's a man. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, so essentially it's just telling me here that, as the basic question, that there's obviously losses, and there's conversations about deals, meetings about deals. This is the tree. I think that obviously this is family, but also nature. Okay, so there's meetings to discuss sad news about all this stuff, the people that are isolated, and that's that. It's not suggesting anything specific. I think this is just what happened, but I think we should. The reality is we need to look at the question in terms of the specific. I say this sometimes, that the most important thing really is the question, okay, not the cards themselves. So we have, now let's go then look at the actual elections of the specific candidates. So let's do first Bill Nelson versus Rick Scott side by side. So let's see, how do things look for Michael. Bill Nelson. Okay. And then Rick Scott, okay. Rick Scott. Now, it's interesting because we have here success in love, then hope and vision and dreams, okay? And then we have here, it's just interesting, cutting the treachery, could also cutting work. And this we have the chaos, and this is the gamblers, okay? So hope and gamblers, okay? So I feel like ultimately, guys, again, the suggestion, this is theft, okay? The suggestion that there's something here, okay, that may come out about this guy. But this is just how this would affect, okay? Now, let me see what will be the outcome then of the election between these two people. Who will win? Bill Scott or... Bill Nelson or Rick Scott? Bill, who's likely to win? Bill Nelson or Rick Scott? Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think this is, again, guys, suggests the same thing that I've looked into before, which is that, put this right here. Yeah, I think there's stuff coming out about the Russia investigation, okay, and the vote stuff. So there's there's surprise, and it's related to treason, essentially loyalty, right? So the negative surprise about treason because it was upside down, right? So then we have here. This is Bill Nelson, okay, and this is Rick Scott. So here his work, and there's this is a card, deceit, betrayal, okay. So he's something about the work that he's done, something he's done, it involves deceit. Another card that suggests this as well. So this is let's put it back here just so we remember this. This is corruption, and the house could be the White House, okay. Now another thing, guys, here again, this is the negative letter. He got a letter before too, okay? And this is weakness, okay? So this is usually relates, could relate to health, but if it's upside down, it's really things get really bad for him. So here I just wanted to then compare to this. So here we have the older man is happy, okay? Good news, happy news for the older man. And then this is state of marriage, or marriage and court. Okay, so what it suggests to me is, again, this idea that something's going to come out about this guy, and he's going to win, and this is a surprise about treason. But I think treason on this side here, like I said, this false person, the weakness that can't be overcome, related to the White House, this connection to the White House, corruption in the house, work is corrupt, and then he receives a letter. Doesn't make sense. So it could also be that he's involved in voter suppression, those kinds of things. But ultimately, I don't think that he wins. Okay, now there are no cards here to say victory or they're like super great. But what I think this suggests is that whatever the outcome is here is going to impact Bill Nelson positively. Okay, so who's going to be in the Senate, right? So who's going to be in the Senate? Bill Nelson or Rick Scott? Yeah, right, this is Bill Nelson. Yeah. See, this is right, legislative, very few cards here. So this is election and sun, so success. When the election here is a lot of money hidden behind the scenes. Okay, so hidden money. Dark money, literally dark money, okay? And then we have, let's see here, then was it here, a letter, a long time. Okay. Then we have here, this is, it always reminds me of Tartal, this card. Could be, okay, so then, again, the house, guys, the house always comes back. Could be his family, could be, I guess, the governor's mansion or something, I guess. Okay. Then, yeah, see, foreign money, a lot of foreign money exposed. And here, this reminds me of Trump. Okay, so this is the retired man he's a con artist, right? So, yeah, so again, guys, this money, okay, here. And this is like a letter related to something that happened a long time ago that has been happening for a long time. And it has to do with money, and this is foreign money. Votes could also be votes, not just documents. So votes related to the election done by the foreign power, and there's a lot of money involved. There's the exposure of this. And here we have the guy in the house, okay, and then a lot of money, and the con artist. And the con artist was trying to save money, and the house has hidden money issues. They're trying to save money. So you see what I'm saying? It still suggests that Bill Nelson's going to win. Okay, now let's move. I think we have the answer. The likelier Bill Nelson. Okay, now, which is kind of what I've seen before. Now the next thing is, what about the governor? Okay, what about Andrew Gillum and Rick DeSantis? I'm sorry, Ron DeSantis. Andrew Gillum. Okay, Andrew Gillum and Andrew Gillum here. Let's see here. So guys, this is really pretty interesting. Okay, this is not, I feel like it's like what's going on. Okay, it's more than the final decision. But like these cards are very dramatic. Okay, and both, so the first thing I see when I look at this, I see that there's there's going to be some sort of delay here, okay, in this election. It's possible that it could be delayed. I'll tell you why, okay? So first, let's look at here on this side. We have first card here is secret, comes out and creates an ending. And again, another coffin here, okay, another ending. Find the Russians, okay? This is the foreign power, okay? Then we have money losses, okay? And we have here, this is the card of delay. And delay here for undetermined delay, okay? Okay, then we have here on this side, we have progress and guilt. Change and guilt, okay? So negative change because of guilt. Then we have judge. We have something new in the beginning. Could also be Trump, okay? Because it's a baby. Then we have here, wait, this is not the right time, okay? Then we have the shady victory, okay? So upside down. So what I think this suggests, guys, honestly, to me, is that something's gonna, this is like, okay, let's see, go back here. 2 cards of delays, pretty significant delays, okay? Then we have a victory that comes out as being shady, and there's guilt here, and there's a judge related to Trump, and there's the end, and then a permanent ending because of losses related to something related to the Russia stuff. So what I think this could happen, guys, I don't know if there's some sort of like, you know, recount or something like that, but I feel like, I don't know that Andrew Gillum is connected to the Russians. I believe this guy definitely is, because he's ultra racist, okay? This DeSantis guys, and that's, we'll see, okay? But this is just a preliminary, so it looks like something about this could be delayed, okay? Then let's look forward, just because this is just the first outlook, okay? So pretty serious here. So what do things look like for, what are the chances that Andrew Gillum is going to be the winner? Who's gonna be the winner, okay? Yeah, this is again the same story. Yeah, guys, it's, I mean, honestly, this is prison, problems, this is women, and warmth. This is, there's nothing you can do about it, temporary problems. This is, again, I'll bring up these women that came up here twice. I still feel like, guys, this could be the Russia stuff, which is usually what I tend to see. It says I pulled out another card. This is moon here, Lenormand recognition of something. So, like I said, it looks like there's a lot of corrupt. This is twice anger. Okay, here, I'm going to put it to the side. This twice here. This is DeSantis here. Okay, so money, DeSantis, and Russia. And this is fights, aggression, and then anger, and then the young women. I feel like, guys, you know, it could even, there could even be stuff related to him, but I feel like essentially what it looks like is that it's like the whole thing is so corrupt. Okay, there's so much corruption here. This is prison. There's not much that he could do about it. So I feel like, okay, so who's going to be the governor? Tell me who's going to be. Like I said, guys, you know, looks like there's prison issues here coming out because of all the corruption related to vote and the Russian money in the elections in Florida. Okay, but let's see again who ends up being the governor, Andrew Gillum or Ron DeSantis. Yeah, so okay, so it makes more sense. Now I think I got the idea here, guys. Okay, so definitely Andrew Gillum. Okay, but look, because I think that let's look at this one first. Okay, this is Ron DeSantis. Okay, so here we have change, sad news. Okay, it's the one crying with the news. Okay, then we have, this is interesting because answer, the key is always pointing to what's most important in the reading. Okay, so it's saying pay attention. This is a key. And like, what is this? Opposition or long-term problem? So there's a change. It looks almost as if it's possible that he could be initially picked first or something like that. And then something important happens because it's a card saying, look, this is important. Something changes because there's bad news and long-term problems for him. We have, this is a card of the law. Okay, law in terms of legal issues. Okay, so law in almost abstract terms. This is the man of law, but there's a negative judgment against him. And here we have negative, the spread of misinformation or those kinds of things. Okay, so what I think this suggests here is this is what happens to him. This is why things change, because, you know, he's caught in the act, basically, of committing crimes. This is what I think. And then if we look at Gillum, then here we have, this is a yes, okay. This is the government, and this is anchor, means something permanent or long time. So staying, being the government a long time. Then we have visita, which means visit, right? So that means someone unexpected, someone comes, some news. And what is this? Matrimonio, that's wedding, meaning closing the deal, right? And then we have here an windfall or something unexpected. It's not just money. At waiting or longing. So I feel like, again, guys, this, again, the idea of waiting for something, but ultimately he gets the governor. He gets to be the governor, okay? Because I think the other guy cheated and it comes out. So that's what it, you know what I feel like, guys, like I said, you know, it could be a while before this thing is, I feel like in this election, he is not going to be declared the winner initially. There's going to be a moment of suspension until they figure out who is the winner. So that's what I think, okay? All right, so that's the Florida elections. Okay,